You clicked because the title pulled your breath tight. The young Viking girl who walked into the forest and returned, changed, is not a tale people told with ease. Tonight you meet her. Her name is Runa, 12 winters old. Light steps, sharp eyes. A child trusted by her mother to gather firewood before dusk. She walked into the frost-thick forest with a small knife and a wool hood. Hours passed. Snow fell harder. The forest swallowed her prints. The search party found only her dropped basket. At dawn, she walked out of the trees alone, silent, pale, her eyes fixed on something distant. She spoke no words for 3 days. And when she did speak, the village learned what waited between the birches that night. Watch Runa now, a small figure stepping between tall birch trunks. Snow builds on her hood. She holds a small knife and a woven basket. She walks deeper than she should on a day when the forest stays too quiet. Hours pass. The sky darkens. Her tracks vanish. Villagers search with torches and voices. No answer comes. But at dawn, Runa steps from the woods without a sound, her face still, her breath slow, her eyes fixed on something behind the trees. You follow that moment tonight. Before we follow Runa back into the forest, breathe slow. Drop your shoulders. Warm your hands. Pull a blanket close if you have one. Tell me where you watch from. Your place matters. Let your body soften as the old Viking forest waits. If these calm stories help you rest, you are welcome to like or subscribe in your own time. Take one more slow breath. Let the room settle. Let your heartbeat ease. Now we step into a winter night where the village listened for Runa's voice through cold silence. Runa woke before the sun rose. Cold air filled the longhouse. Frost clung to the inside of the door. The fire from the night before faded to thin embers. She lay under a fur blanket beside her mother. Her mother slept with slow breath and tired shoulders. Runa moved quiet so she did not wake her. She slipped out from under the blanket and touched the floor. The dirt felt cold through her wool socks. She walked to the fire pit and crouched. She blew on the embers until a few sparks glowed bright. She added shaved wood and breathed slow until the flame rose. She fed the fire with a small stick. Warmth spread in a weak circle across the room. Her mother stirred. "Runa, awake so early?" "Yes," Runa whispered. The fire slept. Her mother sat up and wrapped a cloak around herself. "Cold grew worse in the night. I felt it." Runa nodded. "I fixed the flame." Her mother smiled a little. "Good girl." Runa liked those words. She liked the soft tone her mother used when she said them. She liked that she could help in ways that mattered. Her mother moved toward the small bench near the wall and picked up a knife to cut dried fish for breakfast. Runa watched her for a moment. Then she looked toward the door slit. Pale light crept under it. Her mother followed, her gaze. "Storm passed. We gather wood today," Runa nodded. "I go." Her mother lowered her knife. "Not alone. You wait for me." "I go to the birch trees only," Runa said. "Not far." Her mother shook her head. "Last week you wandered too deep." Runa looked down. "I follow path this time." Her mother stepped closer and lifted her chin. "Tell me true, you feel safe today?" Runa paused before she answered. "Yes." Her mother studied her eyes. "Then you gather only from the edge." "Yes," Runa said. Her mother kissed her forehead. "Be back before the sun drops behind the hill." Runa smiled. "I come back before that." Her mother wrapped a wool hood around her and placed a woven basket in her hands. She gave her the small knife she used to cut thin branches. Runa gripped it with pride. She liked when her mother trusted her with tools. Her mother touched her shoulder. "Stay where I taught you." Runa nodded. She stepped outside. Snow covered the yard in soft waves. Her breath rose white. The birch forest stood close by, tall and thin, their trunks pale against the dark tree line. She walked toward them with steady steps. Her boots sank into the snow. Cold brushed her cheeks. Runa reached the first row of trees. She listened for wind. No sound. She listened for birds. None here in winter. She listened for branches cracking. Only the soft hiss of snow falling from higher limbs. She walked deeper until she reached the place her mother called safe. A small clearing between 3 wide birches. She knelt and brushed snow aside to uncover fallen branches. She broke off dry twigs and placed them in her basket. She worked for a while without worry. The cold, fresh air felt sharp but clean. Her fingers moved fast. Her hood kept her head warm. She gathered enough twigs to fill half the basket. She stood and brushed snow from her knees. She looked deeper into the forest. The thicker trees stood quiet and still. Snow weighed down their branches. Shadows stretched between trunks. She felt drawn toward those shadows. She told herself, one more look, not far. She stepped past the 3 birches. The forest grew darker fast. Snow fell softer here. The ground felt uneven beneath her boots. She saw more fallen branches. She knelt again and gathered more wood. A soft sound reached her ears, a crunch. She lifted her head. Silence. She looked left. Nothing. She looked right. Nothing. She placed more branches in the basket. She stood again. This time she walked a few steps deeper. Her breath quickened. The air felt heavier. She listened again. Another crunch. She turned fast. The snow behind her lay smooth. The trees stood still. Runa whispered, "Animal?" She stepped backward. Her foot sank into deeper snow. She steadied herself and moved toward the clearing. Then she heard it, a soft sigh. Low, close, not human. She froze. The sound came from behind a thick pine tree to her right. She gripped her small knife. Her hand shook. She stepped backward again. The sigh came again. Longer, she turned and ran. Snow flew behind her. Her breath tore from her chest in sharp bursts. She reached the first row of birches. She sprinted toward the clearing where she first gathered wood. She stopped. Her basket dropped from her hands. The clearing no longer looked open. Snow pressed down from above. Branches bent low. The 3 birches leaned at angles she did not remember. The whole shape of the space changed. Her breath caught. Then she heard footsteps behind her, slow, measured, soft. She turned with the knife raised. But no one stood there. The forest looked different, darker, thicker. The trees held strange shapes. Their branches curved in ways she did not see before. Even the snow felt heavier. She whispered, "Where's the path?" She walked forward. She searched for familiar trunks, the 3 birches, the wide roots, the fallen stump. None appeared. She swallowed hard. Her throat ached. She walked faster. She brushed snow aside to find old footpaths. Nothing showed. Snow lay smooth. She moved deeper without wanting to. The forest thickened around her. The light dimmed. Her breath grew unsteady. She called out, "Mother!" Her voice vanished into the trees. She tried again. "Mother!" Only silence answered. Her heart beat fast now. She walked in circles. She looked for broken branches she left. She looked for any sign of her steps. Snow covered all. Her hands shook. She pressed her free hand to her chest. She whispered, "I return. I find the way." She turned toward the left. She walked through tall birches. Then she stopped again. She heard it. A small voice, high, soft, calling her name. Runa! Her body locked. The voice sounded like a child, like someone near her own age. But she knew no other children came to the forest today. She stepped backward until her back pressed against a tree. She gripped the knife harder. The voice called again. Runa! She shut her eyes tight. Her breath came in small, sharp pulls. When she opened them, the forest seemed closer, the branches lower, the trunks nearer. She whispered, "Where are you?" The voice did not answer. Then she saw prints in the snow, small, thin, shaped like narrow toes, 3 forward points, no heel. They moved in a line across the clearing towards her. Her heart pressed against her ribs. She stepped back. The prints ended near her feet. She looked up fast. Nothing. Silence. Then a soft breath brushed her ear. She spun around with the knife raised. Only branches hung there, heavy and still. Her courage broke. Tears filled her eyes. She ran. She stumbled over snow mounds. Branches cracked under her boots. Shadows shifted as she passed. She did not know which way she ran. She only followed the direction where the light seemed least dark. Minutes passed, or hours. She did not know. She ran until her legs burned. She collapsed beside a fallen log. She pressed her hands into the snow. Her breath shook. She heard nothing now. No voice, no sigh, no steps, only her own breath. She sat up slow. She looked around. The forest looked different again. Calmer, still heavy, but calmer. She whispered, "I rest, then I walk home." She sat with her back against the log and closed her eyes for one moment. When she opened them, everything changed. Night settled over the forest. The sun gone. The light faded too fast. Too wrong. She pushed herself up in panic. Snow fell heavy. The trees leaned at sharper angles. The air felt colder. Her limbs stiffened. Her breath turned sharper. She whispered, "I fell asleep." Her knife dropped into the snow. She grabbed it fast. She stood and looked around. Then she saw a shape between the trees. Tall, thin, not human. It watched her with stillness that pressed into her chest. She stepped backward. It stepped forward. She whispered her mother's name. The shape lowered its head. Its breath rose in long, slow mist. It stepped closer. Runa froze. Every part of her froze. The shape lifted one long arm. It pointed toward her, not in threat, in instruction. Then it stepped aside and turned its head toward a narrow path between 2 bent birch trees. Runa swallowed. The shape walked into the path and vanished. She stood trembling, but she understood. It wanted her to walk that way. She turned toward the path. Her hand shook so hard the knife nearly fell again. She stepped forward. Snow crushed under her boots. She walked through the narrow gap. The forest grew darker, then dimmer still. Then the path opened into a wide space she did not know. Moonlight touched the snow here. The wind moved slow. The trees stood silent, the air warmer than before. Runa stepped into the clearing. She felt something change in her chest. Her breath steadied. Her fear faded. The cold eased. She felt no pain now, no tightness in her ribs. The forest here felt like it watched her, not hunted her. And then she heard a voice, a real one, human, a man calling her name. "Runa!" She turned. Torches moved through the trees at the far end of the clearing. Her mother ran toward her. Runa stood frozen as her mother reached her and lifted her into her arms. Her mother's breath shook. Tears streaked her face. The men behind her mother held torches high. Runa rested her head on her mother's shoulder, but she did not speak. Her mother whispered, "My girl, My Runa, what happened? Where did you go?" Runa did not answer. Her mother held her tighter. Runa opened her eyes once. She looked back at the trees. She watched the shadows. She did not speak a word. Not then. Not for days. The village gathered outside Runa's longhouse the morning after she returned. People whispered in tight circles. Men leaned on spears they did not use. Women held children close with tense arms. Snow drifted between them as pale light settled across their faces. Runa sat inside on a fur blanket near the fire. Her mother knelt beside her and tried to warm her hands. Runa stared at the flames but did not blink. Her mother whispered, "Runa, speak to me." Runa's lips parted slightly, as if she wanted to answer, but no sound came. Her mother pressed her forehead to Runa's. "I am here." Runa's breath stayed steady. Calm. Too calm. She did not shake. She did not cry. She did not show fear. She watched the fire with empty focus, as if her thoughts stayed far from the longhouse. A knock came at the door. Runa's mother lifted the hide. The elder stepped inside, covered in snow, his beard stiff with frost, his eyes sharp. He looked at Runa. "She speaks?" "No," her mother said. "She sits like this since dawn." The elder crouched near her. "Runa, look at me." Runa's eyes moved from the flames to his face, her expression blank, her breath slow. The elder spoke soft. "Where did you walk? What did you see?" Runa blinked once. He tried again. "Does your body hurt?" No answer. "Are you cold?" No answer. He studied her long. "She hears us." Her mother nodded. "She hears, but her mind stays somewhere else." The elder stood. "We gather the search men. They trace her prints. They retrace last night." Runa's mother tensed. "Do you think something followed her?" The elder did not answer. He looked at the girl again with long worry growing behind his eyes. "Something happened in the trees. Something took her voice." Runa watched him leave. Her mother closed the hide and sat beside her again. "Runa, you tell me when you're ready." Runa's eyes returned to the fire. Hours passed. Runa did not move, except when her mother fed her warm broth. She swallowed, but did not speak. Children from other homes peeked through the doorway. Women whispered from the path. Men walked past with spears and torches. Runa stared into flames while the village murmured around her. By midday, the elder returned with 6 men, their faces pale, their steps slow. Runa's mother stood. "What did you find?" The elder spoke low. "We found her basket, buried, no prints near it except hers." Her mother swallowed. "And beyond that?" The elder hesitated. "Your daughter walked deep, farther than she should reach before sunset." Her mother shook her head. "She would not wander." "She wandered or she was led," the elder said. Runa blinked at that word. The elder continued. "We found small prints near her path. Not human, not animal we know. Thin, 3 points, no heel." Runa's mother stepped back. "What prints?" The elder looked at Runa. "Same prints men saw years ago in the far valley. Before, winter took half those families." Runa's breath slowed. Runa's mother covered her mouth. "No." The elder placed a hand on her shoulder. "We find no sign of attack, no blood, no struggle, only the prints and her basket." Runa's mother looked at her daughter again. "What did they do to her?" Runa turned her face toward the window slit. Snow drifted outside. The birch forest looked calm from here, pale, quiet. She stared at it as if she listened to something beyond sight. The elder approached her. "Runa, did something speak to you?" Runa blinked. "Something small?" he asked. "Something hidden?" Runa's jaw tightened. "Something tall?" he asked. "Something thin?" Runa's chest rose in a slow breath. She lowered her eyes. Her mother knelt in front of her. Runa, tell me if something touched you. Runa shook her head once, slow. Her mother exhaled with relief. Not touched. But Runa lifted her hand and pointed at the door. A soft gesture, not sharp, not urgent, calm. Her mother frowned. Outside, Runa pointed again. The elder whispered, "She wants to show us." Runa's mother grabbed her daughter's shoulders. "Not again, not while she stays like this." Runa lowered her hand and looked at her mother. For the first time since she returned, emotion touched her face. Sadness. Her mother froze. Runa reached forward and rested her palm against her mother's cheek. Warm, soft, slow. Her mother stared at her. "You want me with you?" Runa nodded. The elder stepped forward. "We take her to the forest, but we walk careful." Her mother held Runa's hand. We walked together. Runa stood. Her legs held steady, though her breath stayed slow. She stepped to the door. She lifted the hide. The wind brushed her face. Snow fell in light waves. She stepped outside with her mother at her side. The elder and the 6 men followed. The villagers watched from their doorways as the group walked toward the birch forest. Children clung to their parents' sleeves. Old women crossed their arms over their chests. Men lowered their eyes in worry. Runa led the slow walk. She did not run. She did not shake. Her steps straight and steady. She moved toward the place where the forest grew darkest. Her mother whispered, "Runa? You remember this place?" Runa nodded. She stopped near the 3 birches where she first gathered wood. The snow lay thick here, smooth. No prints except the search party from last night. Runa crouched and touched the snow. She pressed her palm into it. She closed her eyes. A soft sigh escaped her. The elder waited. "What do you feel?" Runa opened her eyes. She pointed toward the deeper forest. Her mother whispered, "No." Runa stepped forward. The elder raised a hand. "We follow her. She shows path." They walked deeper. The trees grew thicker. The light dimmed. Runa moved with soft steps. She did not shake. She did not look around with fear. She walked with calm, as if she knew where to go. Then she stopped again. The men behind her stiffened. Small prints lay in the snow ahead. 3-point tracks, dozens, crossing, turning, pausing. Her mother grabbed Runa's arm. "We go home now." Runa shook her head. The elder knelt and studied the tracks. His voice shook. "They gather near this point." One man whispered, "Not wolves, not deer. Too many, too strange." Runa pointed again, farther into the trees. The elder breathed slow. "We go." They followed Runa again. The footprints thickened as they walked. Some prints fresh, some frozen, some deep from weight, some lighter. Runa stepped between them without fear. Her mother stayed close, but her breath shook hard now. The forest grew darker still. The birches bent at odd angles. The pines stood tall with heavy limbs. Snow fell in slower flakes. The air thickened. Then Runa stopped a 3rd time. This place looked different. A clearing, large, wide. Moonlight touched it even though the sun had not yet dropped. No footprints here, no broken branches, no signs of struggle, only stillness. Runa stepped into the clearing. Her mother grabbed her arm. "Wait." But Runa walked forward and stood in the exact center. The men stopped at the edge. None crossed into the clearing. Runa closed her eyes. Her breath slowed. Her shoulders softened. Her hands lowered at her sides. The elder whispered, "What does she remember here?" Runa opened her eyes. She pointed at a tall birch on the far side. The elder squinted. "What does she show us?" Runa pointed higher. The men followed her gesture. Their breath stopped. 4 long scratches marked the bark, thin, deep, fresh, frozen over, high above any normal reach. Her mother gripped Runa's shoulders. What stood there? Runa did not answer, but she lifted her hand and traced a shape in the air. Tall, thin, slight bend in its posture, a long arm, a pointed gesture. The elder's eyes widened. A man stepped back. No, another whispered. The old stories, another said. I thought those tales false. The elder spoke with fear he tried to hide. The tall watchers. Runa lowered her hand. She looked at the scratches again. Her mother whispered, Runa, did one follow you? Runa nodded. Her mother pressed her hands over her face. Why follow a child? Runa looked at the ground. She knelt and touched the snow again. She brushed it aside until a patch of frozen earth showed. The elder crouched. What do you see? Runa pressed her ear to the earth. The entire group held still. Her mother whispered, Runa, sweetheart. Runa lifted her head. She whispered her first word in 2 days. One. Her mother knelt fast. One what? Runa swallowed. Her breath shook. She whispered again. One more, the elder whispered. One more what? Runa stood, slow, calm. She pointed at the forest behind the clearing. Then she spoke with a tone that did not sound like fear. They watch. In pairs! The men froze. Her mother's breath broke. Runa stepped backward. Then something moved between the trees, low at first, then tall. A shadow stretched behind the trunks. The group gasped. Spears lifted. The elder shouted for them to stand firm. But Runa did not scream. She stepped forward once. The shadow paused. Her mother grabbed her hard. No! The shadow moved back into the trees. Slow, silent, gone. Runa's voice softened. They saw us. The elder grabbed her arm. We leave now. They pulled her back toward the village. Her mother held her tight. Runa did not resist. She only looked behind her once as the trees closed around the shadow's last place. She whispered, They return at dusk. The village moved as if the cold itself warned them. Doors stayed open only long enough for people to pass through. Men sharpened axes, though they hunted nothing. Women gathered children closer than usual. Even the livestock seemed unsettled, shifting in their pens and staring toward the forest. Runa sat beside the fire with her mother. She held a wooden cup between both hands. Warm broth steamed from it, but she did not drink. She stared at the doorway as snow drifted past the entrance. Her breath stayed slow, her eyes calm, too calm. Her mother knelt beside her. Runa, talk to me again. Say anything. Runa blinked. She lifted the cup. She drank one slow sip. She set the cup down. She looked at her mother with a quiet face. Her mother whispered, What waits in the trees? Tell me truth. Runa lowered her gaze to the floor. A knock came at the door. Runa's mother opened it. The elder stepped inside, snow sticking to his cloak. Behind him stood 2 of the searchmen, their expressions tense. The elder spoke. We speak now, all of us. Runa's mother nodded. Come inside. The elder crouched near Runa. Child, you spoke of pairs. Explain. Runa touched her own fingers together. 2 touching, 2 apart. She looked at the elder. She opened her mouth. Nothing came. Her mother rubbed Runa's back. Take time. The elder waited with patience. The men behind him waited with fear. Runa took a long breath. She raised her hand and pointed toward the forest. 2, she whispered. The elder nodded slowly. You saw 2. Runa shook her head. The elder frowned. Not saw, she whispered. Felt, her mother swallowed. Felt? Runa, what do you mean? Runa closed her eyes. She pressed her palm to her chest. She tapped once, Then twice, slow, even, she whispered, "They walk as one." The elder steadied himself with his hand on his knee. "Walk as one?" Runa nodded. One of the men whispered, "Like they share thought." Runa's breath tightened slightly. She opened her eyes. She whispered, "They share look." Her mother hugged her. "You saw them both?" Runa looked toward the fire. She whispered, "Only one." The elder leaned forward. "Then how know two?" Runa pointed to her ear. "Heard." Silence spread through the longhouse like frost. The elder exhaled slow. The men behind him glanced at each other with rising dread. Her mother whispered, "What did you hear?" Runa pressed both hands over her ears. "Long breath, two places." The elder stood. "I gather the men. We talk of watch for dusk." He left the longhouse with heavy steps. The two men followed. Runa's mother hugged her daughter close. "You stay inside tonight. You sleep near the fire. No doors open." Runa stared at the flames again. She whispered, "They want me." Her mother gripped her tighter. "No, they stay far from you. The village stands strong." Runa shook her head. She touched her chest again. "They know me." Her mother's face filled with fear. She cupped Runa's cheeks. "You are safe here. You stay with me." Runa's eyes slowly lifted to the window slit. Snow fell heavier now. She whispered, "They watch before dark." Before dusk, the village gathered inside the main longhouse. Fires burned at both ends. Torches hung from the beams to keep shadows away. Children stayed close to their parents. Men sat in tight rows near the entrance. The elder addressed them with slow words. Runa walked into the forest. She returned changed. Something followed her. Something old, something that walks with purpose. Two of them, maybe more. Some villagers murmured. Others fell silent. Some shivered even near the fire. The elder pointed to the door. "We make 3 watches. One at the forest line. One near the river. One near the hill path. We keep torches lit. We stay together. No one walks alone." A man asked, "What do we do if they come close?" The elder shook his head. "We do not strike unless we must. The old stories warn us. They watch. They listen. They learn." A woman asked, "What do they want?" The elder looked toward Runa, who sat beside her mother near the far fire. He said, "The girl." Her mother held Runa tighter. Runa stared at the flames. She whispered, "They wait for me." The room grew silent. The elder spoke. "They do not take. They follow. They watch. They test. We keep her near the fires. We keep her surrounded." A man muttered, "Why follow a child?" Runa finally looked up, her eyes steady. "They follow heart," she whispered. "Strong one." Her mother pressed her forehead to Runa's hair. "You speak strange words." Runa shook her head. "Not strange, true." Night fell slow, but heavy. The forest darkened first, then the fields, then the village paths. Light from torches spread in small circles. The watchmen stepped outside in groups. They moved with spears steady and torches high. Runa stood at the entrance of the main longhouse with her mother. Snow drifted across the ground in thin waves. The wind brushed the roofs with a soft, low hum. Runa whispered, "They walk now." Her mother held her shoulders. "You stay inside." Runa did not resist. She stepped back, but she stared at the forest through the narrow gap in the hide door. The birches stood pale under the moonlight. Their trunks looked like thin bones against the dark. Runa's breath slowed again. She whispered, "They stand." Her mother turned her face. "Where?" Runa pointed toward the far line of trees. Her mother squinted. "I see nothing." Runa closed her eyes. She whispered, "They see you." Her mother felt cold crawl up her back. The elder entered the longhouse again. Runa, do you sense movement? Runa opened her eyes. 2. The elder stiffened. Where? Runa pointed at 2 different places along the forest line, far apart, yet close enough to stay linked. The elder nodded. We send the watch in pairs to those points. Her mother grabbed his cloak. Do not walk near them, the elder replied. We keep torches between us and the dark. Runa whispered. Not near, the elder turned. What? Runa pointed again. They wait for light to fall. The elder looked at the torches inside the longhouse. We feed the fires. All night, he stepped back outside and barked orders. Men carried more wood. Fires grew higher. Runa knelt near the fire and watched every shadow. Her mother sat beside her. She held Runa's hand tight. Hours passed. The fires burned high. The men on the watch shifted positions. The cold grew sharper. Snow fell thicker. Then Runa lifted her head. She whispered, They move. Her mother's breath stopped. Where? Runa pointed at the roof. Her mother looked up. The roof? Runa whispered. Above us. Before her mother could speak, a soft scrape echoed across the beams above. Everyone in the longhouse froze. Another scrape, slow, then snow slid across the roof. The beams creaked under weight. The elder rushed inside. Hold the fire bright. Men threw more wood into the flames. Sparks burst. Heat lifted into the rafters. The scraping stopped. Runa watched the ceiling with unblinking eyes. Her breath stayed steady. Her mother whispered, Runa, why the roof? Runa whispered. They test. The elder stared at the ceiling. Test what? Runa lowered her head. Strength. Snow slid again, but lighter, moving toward the edge. The elder whispered. How do they see our strength? Runa answered without moving her gaze. They feel fear. Her mother hugged her. We fear because danger near. Runa shook her head. Fear calls them. The elder stepped closer. Runa, do they come for fear? Runa nodded. Her mother whispered, Then what do? We cannot stop fear. Runa turned her face toward her, her voice soft. We stay near each other. Her mother's eyes filled with tears. I never leave you. Outside, a horn sounded from the river watch. 3 short notes. Danger. Everyone in the longhouse stood. The elder rushed to the door and lifted the hide. Torches flickered near the riverbank. Men shouted. Shadows moved between the trees. Something tall moved behind the watch line. Slow, smooth. Men called out warnings. Torches raised, spears lifted. Runa stood. She walked toward the doorway. Her mother grabbed her. Stay back, Runa whispered. They look for me. The elder turned. No, they stay away from light. Runa shook her head. Not tonight. She stepped past her mother and stood at the threshold. Snow blew across her feet. The wind carried strange stillness. She lifted her small hand. The shadow behind the river watch stopped. Everything froze. The wind, the men, the torches. The shadow lowered its head. Then another shadow stepped beside it. 2. Runa whispered. They show themselves. The elder gasped. Close the door! Now! Men pulled Runa backward. Her mother wrapped both arms around her. The hide door dropped. The bar slammed into place. The longhouse shook from the cold rushing against it. Runa whispered, They know this house. Her mother hugged her tight. They do not enter. They stay outside. Runa shook her head. They wait for voice. Her mother froze. Whose voice? Runa touched her chest. Mine. The elder ordered every man in the village to stand guard before dusk. Fires rose at the forest edge. Torches lined the path to the birch trees. Women carried armfuls of dry wood to keep flames strong through the night. Children stayed inside longhouses with barred doors. Snow fell in slow, thick flakes, and the sky darkened fast. Inside Runa's longhouse, her mother wrapped her in a thick wool cloak and held her close. Runa did not shake. She did not resist. She pressed her forehead against her mother's chest and breathed slow. The cold inside her stayed, but she did not show pain, only quiet. The elder stepped inside. They gathered near the ridge. The hunters saw two shapes. Runa lifted her head. Her mother whispered, "They watch us now." Runa nodded. The elder crouched near her. "Tell us truth. Will they come closer tonight?" Runa touched her throat. She closed her eyes. She breathed slow. Then she opened her eyes and whispered, "Yes." Her mother's grip tightened. "What do they want?" Runa tapped her chest. Warmth?" her mother asked. "From us?" Runa nodded once. The elder rubbed his face with a shaking hand. "Then we must not show fear. Fear warms the body." Runa lifted her eyes to him. She whispered, "No, not fear." The elder leaned closer. "Then what warms them?" Runa touched her mother's chest, then her own, then placed her hand over her heart and held it there. Her mother swallowed. She whispered, "Love?" Runa did not speak, but she did not need to. The elder stood. "We keep her inside. They come for her heart, not her flesh." Runa closed her eyes again. Outside, shouts broke the quiet. Men yelled from the ridge. The elder pulled the hide aside and looked out. Torches waved at the forest line. One man pointed toward the snow. Shapes moved between the trees, tall, slow, watching. "Inside," the elder ordered. He shut the hide. Runa stood without fear. She walked toward the fire. She knelt beside it. She held both hands toward the flame. Her breath steadied. Her eyes lowered. Her mother whispered, "Does warmth push them back?" Runa nodded. The elder paced the room. "We build every fire large. We hold the heat strong." Her mother looked at him. "What do we do with her?" The elder paused. He studied Runa. "We ask her one more question." Runa turned her head. The elder knelt. "What did they give you in the forest?" Runa touched her throat. Her breath shook for the first time. Then she whispered, "Song." Her mother frowned. "Song?" Runa nodded. The elder's eyes widened. "Cold song." Runa pressed her hand to her heart. Inside. A shiver moved across the room. Even the fire crackled sharper. Her mother held her tighter. "Can we remove it?" Runa lowered her eyes. The elder stood. "We protect her from cold. If cold grows, song grows. If warmth stays, song weakens." Her mother nodded. "She stays at the fire." Runa lifted both hands. She placed them almost into the flames. She held them there far longer than normal. Her mother watched with fear, but Runa did not pull away. Her skin grew red, but she did not flinch. She whispered, "Holds back." Her mother knelt beside her. "What does?" Runa whispered. "Cold inside." The elder opened the hide again. Snow blew in. Men outside shouted. A hunter rushed toward the door. "Elder, one stands near the gate." The elder stepped out. Runa turned her head toward the sound. Her eyes remained steady. Her mother tried to turn her face away. "Do not look." Runa did not obey. She kept her gaze toward the door. Snow drifted through the hide. Voices rose outside. Then everything fell silent. Runa's breath slowed. Her mother whispered, "Runa," Runa whispered, "They call." Her mother grabbed her shoulders. "Do not listen." Runa's eyes did not change. She whispered, "One waits for me." Her mother pulled her into her arms. "You stay here. You stay with me." Runa leaned into her mother's chest. She whispered, "I try." The elder stepped back inside, his face pale, snow on his cloak, his hands shaking. Her mother asked, "What did you see?" The elder sat on the bench. It stood only 10 paces from the gate, tall as a pine, thin as a spear, its head bent low. It watched the longhouses, then it turned its face toward this door. Runa whispered, "It knows me." The elder nodded. "It waits." Her mother pressed a hand over her mouth. "What do we do?" The elder looked at Runa. "We need to know what they want from her. Tonight we keep her awake. If she sleeps, cold grows." Runa laid her hand on her heart again. The elder's voice lowered. "Runa, does it hurt?" She shook her head. "Does it feel heavy?" She nodded. "Does it pull you?" he asked. Runa hesitated. Then she nodded again. Her mother closed her eyes and whispered a prayer under her breath. The elder stood. "We hold her near fire until dawn." Night deepened. Fires outside burned bright. The wind rose. Voices carried across the village. Men shouted to each other from ridge to gate. Shadows moved between trees, but none stepped into the torchlight. Inside, Runa sat with both hands held close to the flames. Her breathing stayed slow. Her eyes fixed on the fire as if the warmth held her steady. Her mother stayed beside her. Each time Runa's eyes lowered, her mother shook her shoulder gently. "Stay awake." Runa nodded weakly. Hours passed. The elder returned often to report. "Two on the ridge now, one near the birch line. They do not leave." Runa did not turn. She whispered, "Not leave until dawn." Her mother stroked her hair. "How do you know?" Runa whispered. "They wait for cold inside me to grow." Her mother trembled. "We keep it small." Runa nodded. She leaned closer to the fire. Her face warmed. Her breath steadied. Midnight approached. A loud crack echoed from the ridge. The elder rushed out again. Runa flinched. Her mother held her close. "Do not fear." Runa shook her head. "Not fear." "Then what?" Runa whispered. "They move." Her mother looked toward the door. "Toward us." Runa nodded. The elder returned, his face white. One moved closer, now at the well. Her mother shouted, "Why closer?" Runa turned her eyes toward him. "They feel cold in me." Her mother lifted Runa's hands and held them near the flame. "Stay warm, stay warm," Runa whispered. "I try." The fire burned high. The longhouse filled with heat. Sweat formed on her mother's forehead, but Runa did not sweat. Her skin stayed too cool. The elder paced. "What do they do when cold grows?" Runa whispered. "They speak." Her mother stiffened. "No more speaking. You do not listen." Runa lowered her head. "I hear anyway." Her mother pulled her tight. "Block them." Runa's voice softened. "I try." Outside the men shouted again. The elder rushed out. He came back fast. They moved toward the longhouse. 2 shapes now. Runa's mother stepped in front of her daughter. "They want her," Runa whispered. "Yes." "Why?" her mother cried. Runa pressed both hands to her heart and whispered, "Song inside me. They made it. They want it back." The elder froze. "They planted something in you," he said. Runa nodded. Her mother felt her knees weaken. "Then how do we stop them?" Runa looked at the fire. She whispered, "Warm breaks it." The elder lifted more wood and dropped it into the flames. The fire roared. Runa closed her eyes and breathed harder. Her shoulders shook now. Her calm began to crack. Her breath came in sharp pulls. Her mother touched her cheek. "Runa, talk to me," Runa whispered. "Warm hurts." Her mother pulled her closer. "Stay with me, stay awake." Runa nodded, but tears formed at the corners of her eyes. The elder moved to the window slit and lifted the hide. He staggered back. "Two stand outside," he whispered, "right at the path." Her mother held Runa's head tight against her chest. "Do not look," Runa whispered. "Too late." The elder barred the door. Hold her. Do not let her near the cold. Runa trembled. Song grows, her mother cried. Hold on. Hold my hand. Runa took her mother's hand with shaking fingers. She pressed it to her chest. Her breath sped up. The elder fed more wood into the fire. Flames rose higher. The heat filled the room. Runa gasped. Her back arched. Her eyes widened. Her mother cried out. What is happening? Runa whispered. Song breaks, or leaves. The elder grabbed a burning stick from the edge of the fire. Bring her closer. Her mother lifted Runa and held her near the flames. Runa screamed, Ah, stop! Her mother sobbed, I am here! I am here! Runa shook hard. Then suddenly her breath slowed. Her eyes softened. Her body stilled. Her mother gasped, terrified. Runa! Runa lifted her head, her voice steady. They go. The elder ran to the window slit. He looked outside. They walk back toward the forest. Runa exhaled slow. Her mother held her tight. Are you safe? Runa nodded once. Her mother cried into her shoulder. The elder slumped in relief. The warmth broke the song. Runa rested her head against her mother. She whispered, Tonight only. At dawn, smoke drifted across the village as tired men lowered their torches. The watchers left the ridge. Their prints stretched through the snow toward the dark forest. No one followed. No one dared. Runa sat wrapped in furs beside the dying fire in her longhouse. Her mother held her close. The elder stayed near the door with his hands clasped tight, as if holding back fear with force alone. Runa's breath no longer shook, but her skin stayed cool, even near the fire. Her eyes followed every sound outside, every creak, every step on the snow. Her mother watched her with worry that aged her face in hours. The elder spoke first. They leave at dawn, always, Runa nodded. Will they return tonight? He asked. Runa looked toward the birch forest through the window slit, her voice soft. Yes, her mother cried. Why again? You broke the song. Runa shook her head. Not all. The elder knelt. Then they want the rest? Runa pressed her hand to her chest. Inside. The elder exhaled slow. They planted more than one note, Runa nodded. Her mother hugged her tighter. Why give it to her? Runa closed her eyes. She heard. Her mother frowned. She heard what? Runa whispered. Forest voice. The elder stood, his face pale. She means the deep sound, the tone the old tales warn about. Few hear it, fewer survive it. Runa's mother ran a shaking hand across her daughter's cheek. Can we protect her tonight? Runa looked at the fire. Fire helps, but not enough. The elder stepped closer. What do they want from you? Runa turned her head. Her voice hardly sound at all. Answer. Her mother whispered. What answer? Runa whispered. They asked. I listened. They wait. The elder swallowed hard. For what question? Runa lowered her eyes and did not speak. Her mother shouted, Tell us! Runa flinched. Her mother grabbed her hands. I am sorry. Please, tell me. Runa whispered. They asked if I walk with them. Her mother gasped, as if struck. The elder sat heavily on the bench. They take children who answer yes. Runa whispered. I said no. Her mother hugged her tight. Relief shook her voice. My brave girl. Runa's voice trembled. Then they gave song. The elder frowned. To punish? Runa shook her head. Not punishing. Then what? Her mother asked. Runa whispered. To change me. A deep silence filled the room. The elder leaned forward. You must not sleep tonight. If you sleep, the song grows stronger. Runa nodded. Her mother looked at the elder. We need help. From someone who knows old things, the elder thought. There is one. Runa lifted her head. The elder said, The seer in the far valley. Britta, she knew the Watchers once, said they sought souls that shine bright in cold. She warned against letting children walk alone in birch forests. Runa's mother stood. We call her. The elder shook his head. She lives 2 valleys away, snow too deep, no rider returns in time, Runa whispered. She comes, her mother frowned. How? Runa touched her chest. Song calls her. The elder stared. She hears the same sound? Runa nodded, as if on cue. A knock struck the door. Firm, solid, human. The elder's eyes widened. No. Runa's mother froze. The elder lifted the hide. A woman stood outside, wrapped in thick furs, hair white, eyes sharp, breath steady despite the cold. She leaned on a staff carved with old runes. Britta. The elder stepped aside. Seer. She entered without asking. She looked at Runa once and shut the hide behind her. Snow fell from her cloak as she walked toward the fire. She sat without greeting anyone. Her mother whispered, You walked through the night? Britta did not look at her. I followed the sound. The elder sat. The Watchers marked her. Britta nodded. I smell it. Runa stared at Britta. Britta stared back. Neither blinked. Her mother knelt beside the seer. Help her, please. Britta touched the fire with her staff. Sparks jumped. She looked at Runa again. How long since they placed the song? Runa whispered. 1 night, Britta nodded. Good, still time. The elder leaned forward. What we do? Britta closed her eyes. You burn the song out. Runa's mother pulled Runa close. Burn? No. Britta opened her eyes. Not her body, her breath. Runa whispered. Fire inside fire. Britta nodded. Yes. Her mother looked lost. What does that mean? Britta placed her hand over her own heart. She breathes heat until cold inside breaks. The elder frowned. She did that last night. Britta shook her head. She breathed fire around her, not in her. Her mother gasped. You want her to breathe smoke? Runa shook her head. Not smoke. Britta pointed at the fire. Flame. Runa's mother raised her hands. Flame hurts her. Britta's voice firm. Flame saves her. The elder asked, How? Britta stared into the fire. The song grows in cold. It dies in heat, but not heat around her. Heat inside her. She must pull flame into her chest. Her mother shouted, She will die. Britta did not turn. If she does not, Watchers take her. Runa trembled for the first time since the night before. Her mother grabbed her shoulders. Runa, no, you do not do this. Runa whispered. I choose warmth. Her mother shook her head. You choose life, not this. Britta pointed at Runa's throat. They took her voice. They placed cold inside her. Fire returns what cold stole. Her mother whispered. How do we do this? Britta stood. She picked up a stick from the fire, lit at the tip. The flame glowed bright. She held it near Runa. Breathe when I say, Britta said. Her mother held Runa tight. Wait, she is not ready. Britta ignored her. She placed the burning stick close to Runa's lips. Runa opened her mouth. No, her mother screamed. Britta shouted, Now! Runa inhaled. The flame flickered. Her mother collapsed beside her. No, no, no! Runa coughed. Heat hit her chest. Her eyes widened. Tears streamed down her cheeks. Her hands gripped her mother's arm tight. Britta held the flame closer. Again! Runa breathed in again. A sharp cry escaped her throat. Smoke rose from her lips. Her chest heaved. Her mother sobbed. Stop! Please stop! Britta shouted. She must finish! The elder held Runa's mother back. Let her do this. Runa inhaled a third time. The flame bent toward her mouth. A sharp crack sounded from inside her chest. Her eyes widened in shock. Then a thin line of frost rose from her lips. The cold inside her fought back. Runa's body shook. Britta raised the flame higher. "One more!" Runa screamed. Then she inhaled again. A burst of heat shot through her body. Her back arched. Her hands slammed against the floor. Her voice broke through the cold, and she let out a long, sharp cry that shook the room. A cloud of white frost exploded from her mouth and fell as crystals to the floor. Runa collapsed into her mother's arms. Her mother felt her daughter's skin, warm, for the first time since she returned. Britta lowered the stick. "It is done," Runa breathed slow, her voice faint, warm. Her mother kissed her head again and again. "My girl, my warm girl." The elder bowed his head in relief. The watchers lost their hold on her. Britta stepped to the door. Not lost, weakened. Tonight they come one last time, to see. Runa's mother held Runa tight. "We hide her." Britta shook her head. "No, she must stand at the fire. They must see warmth in her. See she broke their gift." The elder nodded. "Then we prepare," Runa whispered. "I stand." Her mother held her close. "Not alone," Runa nodded. Night approached again. The second night came fast. Snow clouds gathered early. Wind moved across the valley with slow, heavy breaths. The fires at the forest edge burned brighter than before. Every man in the village stood with a torch or spear. Women stayed inside longhouses with their children, whispering quiet prayers. Runa's longhouse glowed with firelight. Heat filled the room. The air shimmered above the flames. Runa sat wrapped in a thick fur near the hearth. Her mother stayed beside her. Britta sat across from them, staff resting on her knees, eyes half closed. The elder stood at the door, listening for every sound. Runa's skin felt warm now, her breath steady, the cold inside her no longer pressed. But fear stayed in her eyes, not fear of pain, fear of what waited outside. Britta opened her eyes. "They come soon," Runa nodded. Her mother wrapped an arm around her. "You do not face them alone?" Runa pointed to her chest. "Warm holds." Her mother pressed her forehead to Runa's. "We hold together." The elder lifted the hide at the window slit and looked out. Snow drifted. Shadows stretched long. "Men see two shapes near the birch line." Britta stood. "Two watchers, same as before." Runa's breath shook. "They test me." Her mother stroked her hair. "You broke their cold," Runa whispered. "They want to see." Britta leaned on her staff. "Then we show them." Runa looked up. "How?" Britta pointed toward the fire. "You stand beside flame when they arrive. They see warmth inside you. They turn back." Runa swallowed. "If I fall?" Her mother held her shoulders. "I lift you." Britta nodded. "She cannot fail with warmth." Outside, men shouted. The elder rushed to the door again. He opened the hide enough to look. He froze. Her mother whispered, "What do you see?" The elder spoke with low fear. "They stand at the gate." Runa rose on weak legs. Her mother grabbed her arm. "Wait." Runa shook her head. "I must stand." Britta nodded. "Bring her forward." The elder held the hide open slightly. Snow blew in. Cold entered the room. Runa walked toward the door. Her mother walked with her. Britta followed. They stepped outside onto the snow-covered yard. The cold bit harder than before. But the firelight from the torches washed the path in soft orange. Runa stood between her mother and the elder. The villagers watched from their doorways. No one spoke. Runa lifted her eyes toward the gate. Two tall, thin shapes stood just beyond the torch line. Silent, still, heads bowed slightly, arms long, bodies narrow as shadows stretched by moonlight. Their breath rose in faint streams into the cold air. Her mother whispered, "Do not move closer." Runa nodded. Britta stepped forward. She lifted her staff. Stand, show them. Runa stepped closer to the fire basin in the yard. Flames burned high. Heat pushed against her legs. Her skin warmed. Her breath steadied. The watchers lifted their heads. Their eyes faintly visible, pale, reflecting firelight. Runa held her breath. Britta spoke in a low, steady tone. Do not fear. Fear warms too fast. Hold breath steady. Runa steadied herself. Her voice soft as snow, she whispered, I am warm. Her mother held her hand. You stand brave, my girl. The watchers took one step forward. Men raised their spears. Britta slammed her staff against the frozen ground. No! The men froze. Runa squeezed her mother's hand. The watchers stepped into full torchlight. Tall, long arms, thin frames, skin pale as bone, heads shaped narrow and elongated, their breath visible in slow streams, their eyes dull and distant, as if they looked through the village, not at it. Runa whispered, They see inside me. Britta nodded. Show them what changed. Runa stepped toward the fire. She lifted both hands. She placed them near the flame. She breathed in slow. The warmth rose through her chest. Her eyes closed. Her breath glowed in the firelight. The watchers tilted their heads. Britta whispered, They hear no cold now. Runa opened her eyes. She whispered, loud enough for only her mother and Britta to hear. They ask again. Britta moved closer. Ask what? Runa swallowed. If I walk with them. Her mother pulled her back. No, you stay here. Runa nodded. I stay. The watchers stepped closer. The elder shouted, Hold! Runa stepped forward before anyone stopped her. She faced the watchers, her voice steady. I stay with my people. The watchers lowered their heads. Runa lifted her chin. I choose warmth. The taller watcher straightened. A long breath rose from its body. It drifted across the torchlight. It reached Runa and swirled around her. She froze for a moment. Then the breath vanished into the cold air. Runa did not shake. Britta breathed out slow. They accept. Her mother collapsed to her knees in relief. The watchers turned. They stepped back toward the forest. Slow, silent, purposeful, Runa whispered, They leave. The elder watched them fade into the trees. Is it over? Britta leaned on her staff. For her, yes. Runa's mother hugged her tight. My girl, my strong, warm girl. Runa smiled weakly for the first time since she returned. Britta walked toward her. She placed a hand on Runa's head. You chose warmth. Few do, Runa whispered. Cold called. Britta nodded. But you did not answer. The elder stepped forward. Will they return to our village again? Britta looked toward the forest. Not for the child, but watchers always walk these woods. The elder bowed his head. Then we keep fire strong, Britta nodded. Winter holds many old things. Fire keeps them away. Runa leaned against her mother, her legs weak, her breath soft, her heart warm inside her chest. Her mother carried her back into the longhouse. The elder followed. Britta stayed outside, watching the trees until the last shadow disappeared. Inside, Runa curled into her mother's arms near the fire. She whispered, I stay here. Her mother kissed her forehead. Always. Runa's breath steadied. Calm, warm, alive. She fell asleep for the first time without cold inside her. Britta entered the longhouse once more. She sleeps safe now. The elder bowed. Thank the gods. Britta shook her head. Thank fire. She turned to Runa's mother. Keep her near heat until winter ends. Her mother nodded. I will. Britta walked toward the door. She paused. The watchers lose interest when warmth grows strong. But if she grows cold again, the mother held her daughter tighter. She will not. Britta nodded and stepped outside. Snow fell steady. The fires at the forest edge burned strong. Peace settled across the village. Inside the longhouse, Runa's breath rose warm in the air, her sleep deep and safe. Her mother whispered into her hair, "You came back to me. Changed, yes, but mine." Runa's eyes remained closed, but she smiled faintly. The song was gone. Only warmth stayed. You walked each step with Runa through fear, silence, cold, and choice. You watched her stand before watchers older than the valley itself. You saw warmth claim what cold tried to keep. If you wish another night story of old Viking winters, the next video waits for you. A small gift waits there too. Take a slow breath. Let calm settle in you. Hold warmth close and rest well.